This is one of my passions, actually. I love building platters and making them look beautiful, different sizes, shapes, cuts, and meats. I'm going to talk about size now, or portion sizing. So this particular platter here, if you have a look at it, would roughly be great for around 8 to 10 people. Perfect, lots of variety. So what I've done here is I've chose 3 types of cheese for this one and 3 types of meat. All different from each other. So the cheeses, I started with a very, very soft texture cheese, like a goat cheese. And then we move on over to a semi-firm cheese, which is a nice porter, Guinness porter or Irish porter cheese, close to the cheddar family. A little bit more firm in texture, but again, a nice pop of flavor. So you've got the acidity of the goat cheese and the creaminess, and then you've got that little bit of pop of the porter ale in that cheese. Oh, it's so good. And then we're going to move over to the third cheese, which is a semi-firm to firm cheese, aged cheese. This is actually a Gruyere, a cave-aged Gruyere, so really, really pungent in flavor and powerful. More firm of a texture, but again, it's a crowd pleaser to have all these different cheeses, different textures. Now, on to the meat, the cured meat. So we've got 3 different styles of meats. We have a nice kind of cured Italian style ham, a little more fatty content, very thinly sliced, almost kind of melts on your mouth, melts on your tongue, on your palate, and it's super salty and delicious. I love it. And then we're going to move over to our next meat, which is absolutely delicious, almost a part of the sausage family. It's called a Landjagger. It is a little bit more firm in texture, and it's been definitely cured and aged for a lot longer. You can cut it a little bit thicker. And then our third and final meat on this platter, we've got a little bit of mortadella. So this is almost like a rolled or bologna style meat, and it comes from Italy as well, and it's absolutely delicious. And I've just manipulated the shape a little bit, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Quite nice and mild in flavor and super soft. So when you're choosing your condiments for your platter, very, very important, crucial part, it has to accompany and add and enhance all those flavors. So a few different accompaniments here. I have some nice grapes, which I find grapes go really well with the goat's cheese. You know, you got the nice, sweet, juicy flavor of the grapes and texture going with that nice creaminess and acidity of the goat's cheese. Now, as for meats, I've chose some more acidic or pickled vegetables, if you will. It's absolutely delicious. We've got some pickled cauliflower, which is fantastic. And that's gonna really marry well with any 3 of these meats that I've picked, and also some pickled radishes and a little bit of pickled mini gherkins here, sorry, mini pickles I like to call them. You just pop them in your mouth. And then of course, you gotta have your own really homemade accompaniment right in the middle that can work with the meat and with the cheese. This is actually a nice red onion jam. So a little bit sweet, a little bit acidic, a little bit of sourness in there, and it's been cooked down in a little bit of red wine, your favorite red wine, a little bit of sugar, and that's going to work well with all of these components on this plate. So now I'm going to show you how I created this cool fan of mortadella here, which looks beautiful and visually stunning. That's also one of the main components, is to make it visually stunning. And it's very, very simple. So we're going to move this off to the side. So we're going to just move this into the center of the cutting board. Now, typically this is what you're going to get when you go to your the deli, your local deli or grocery store. Sliced into rounds, relatively thin, so it's very pliable. And now, just taking your knife, a nice sharp knife, works the best. I'm just going to go straight down in the middle, and then all we're going to do is we're going to turn it like so, and then what I like to do is just slice these nice beautiful triangles like that. Now when I'm building those nice fans on that nice fan of mortadella, as you saw on the platter, I like to actually do it first on my cutting board and then transfer it over. So I'm just going to show you how simple that is. You can just flatten just like so, taking your time. So you can take your time with this and build it however you like. Fan it out. And you can see here all the different amounts of portions that you get out of it. So like I was saying, this would be perfect for around 8 to 10 people. All right, now on to the showstopper. The goat cheese tower, and you always want a little bit of height on your platter, and you always want something that the guests can cut themselves or take as much or as little as they want. And this goat cheese tower works out perfect. So it just so happens that I had a little bit of open Cajun spice in my pantry, so I figured, hey, why not use it? Give it a little spice to the goat's cheese. And now I've got my goat's cheese. It's still relatively firm, and you just, it's so simple. You just roll it through your spice, and that gives it a nice little bit of kick. If you didn't have Cajun, you don't have to use Cajun. Smoked paprika or any other spice, some dried spices work as well, just to give it that extra oomph that you're looking for. So that's our platter. Absolutely beautiful, visually stunning. Have fun with it. It's great to have all those varieties because it's such a crowd pleaser, because everyone likes something different. And guess what? A platter offers all of those things.